Hello and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Monday. My name is Wizzy, you can also call me Wizzy, and today we're playing some more OceanBlock 2. Now this is actually my second attempt at this. I ended up restarting my computer because it seemed like I was having some basically performance issues with this, so we'll see if it's better, hopefully. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, here's to hoping it will work. And when we get in, we will need to sleep because the sun was almost fully set when I was attempting to record this prior. But yeah, of course this part it does usually take a little bit, but last time it did take quite a bit, or last attempt it took quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes this time. It looks like it's already doing better than it did last time, so. Now one thing I do want to mention is lately I've been playing a bit of vanilla hardcore survival, and I'm on attempt number 3 right now, and the seed that I have right now is absolutely insane. So I basically look or basically traverse until I find a area that I want to kind of make base at. And as I was traveling, not too far, I came across this desert temple. Well, actually, desert village that had a desert temple smack in the middle of it, and so, which I thought was absolutely crazy. In fact, here's the image of that. Crazy. I mean, you can see the desert temple, you can see the village buildings right there. And then, so I went into the temple, and it had a total of 3 golden apples, which was already is insane. I get 2 diamonds out of it, a good amount of, well, quite a bit of string. Did I get potatoes out of it? I can't remember. Iron, I believe I got out of it, but yeah, the fact that it had a total of 3 golden apples in it was just insane. Oh, it did have some emeralds too, so. And then I found a submerged nether portal, a broken nether portal, and in it they had 2 golden armor, a chest piece or chest plate, and leggings. See, I don't remember if I thought that sometimes or most of the times it had damage to the durability. I can see just how bad this is lagging right now, and I don't know why, but we're gonna sleep. But yeah, anyways, so it had the full durability on them both. Like I said, I don't remember. For some reason, I'm thinking usually it has a bit of durability off of it, but it had full durability, and both of them had blast protection 4. I know it's gold armor, but still. Anyways, building gadgets. This is in the tips and tricks thing. Probably one of the best mods out there for builders. The building gadgets mod had several new gadgets that are must have to make building better. And I think that we ended up finding at the end of last episode. Still a little laggy, for whatever reason. They weren't this bad before. So I'm just opening my task manager right now just to see what could be... I mean, this is using quite a bit of memory, but even then, we normally don't have this issue. Still hitching a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why we're having this issue right now. Whereas, like I said, last time we had no issues, so I don't know. Anyways, getting into it, steaming, no, we're not getting to steaming head. We're getting started. So, we were working on the mystical infusion. We need 8 infusion pedestals. We've got 5, so we need stone, gold, and red wool. The stone and red wool we are all set on. It's just the gold we are waiting on. And that's 4 more, so that will give us... Oh, I am in creative. Actually, I can do it this way. There we go. That's better. Let me... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we can keep it like this. I go into creative at the end of the episodes so I can do the thumbnail. Let's take the iron out. That way we're just getting gold. So 6 gold clusters. That will give us the rest of the infusion pedestals, so that will be done after that. And looking ahead to that next one, passive mobs. Need a gateway pearl. Anyways, to no surprise at all, I haven't seen a single land animal since I crashed into this planet. And let me tell you something, I really miss chicken. The infusion setup would allow me to create a magical item that opens one-way portal to ship in some livestock. It's kind of like ordering pizza, except from another dimension. Task: using the infusion altar, create a gateway, or gate pearl, gateway of the Emerald Grove. Using this should open the portal with a challenge. Note: mobs within an 8-block radius around the portal can spawn underwater. Build accordingly. So... And I think I read that before, so working on that. This we still need to work on. Getting there on the gold. So let's take a look ahead at this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've read this. Yeah, I need the mineral chunks. So we will focus on that later. I think that's what I mentioned before. That we're going to do later. So we're working down here as well. Need 9 liquid heating coils. Copper ingots, fire bricks, and a bucket. So... how many copper ingots? Actually, they'd all be in here, aren't they? Oh yeah, I got them all right here. Bucket, I just need the bricks. Let's throw the iron back in now. We can now finish this. Still a bit laggy. So sometimes, or some of these things may not load immediately for whatever reason. We'll just deal with it this time. So that is this done. So we get a common loot crate, which gave us a jar automator. That's nice. 10 XP and essence loot crate with Imperium essence. Got 3 of them. This lag is just... I don't know what is going on. I apologize for the video quality on this. It's a bit frustrating, honestly. So what I want to do, let me go in, change the video settings. Let's disable that one. Turn that off. We don't really need that. And these are all lower. Turn that off because I don't have I'm not using integrated graphics on this. I'm actually using a graphics card, so let's try that, see if that makes a difference. I don't really see any notable differences, honestly. I'll keep that as the same, I guess. We'll just have to deal with it, which is, like I said, annoying, but it is what it is. So, fire clay. Did we get? I feel like we got more fire clay from a previous reward. And if we did, it must not be in here. Or we already used it. We probably already used it. So what I'm going to need to do then is I'm going to need to get... So that makes 4. So how many of these? That's 4. So 9... 27. So we need to make 7, or do 7 of these. So 7. So we need 35 clay, 28 sand. So let's do this. Put the rest in there. Clay was by... Yeah, that's right. By dripping the... We have 1 clay ball there. It's by dripping water from these onto dirt blocks. So... And it gives us 4 clay balls each, so... Like 9 dirt then? No. It would really be nice if we weren't having these sorts of issues. Like, it is quite annoying. Come on. Come on. And I apologize if it does make it unwatchable. It's almost unplayable. And that turned to grass. I don't think it works on the grass. I might have to make this a shorter video, I don't know. I hate to do that, but if you guys have any ideas on what I can do to help fix this sort of issue that I'm having, I would really appreciate the info. Because it's quite frustrating. It works one day, and then the next day it's not. So I don't know. And I restarted my computer as well, so I honestly don't know what's going on. Okay, and then we throw this into here. It's nice how fast that is, and the sun's setting already. And then, so that's it for this one, and we'll get Blackfire bricks and XP. And on this one, I'll read it after we sleep. Squeaky chair. Iron is all set. I want to see something. Anyways, so we will get this in place. I can actually start making some of them. There's 4, or oh, it actually uses the buckets. Okay, well, good to know. I'll make 8. That way I do still have a bucket. Put the iron back in here. And then once these last 6 are done, or even before all the last 6 are done, once I get 6 out of here, I can do the last one. I might as well wait for all 7 to be done. Or to this to be 7, rather. I mean, this goes by pretty quick anyways, so. There we go. Okay, what happened? Where did it go? I still had buckets and copper in there. I had... I don't know what happened. I might have to give myself... You know what? No, I'm not going to give myself any... I could. Since it messed up. I don't know what happened. Whether it's the, just the stuff going on with my computer, the performance issues, or what, but... Anyways, let it pour. If I plan on working with molten metal, I definitely can't be scoping it up, or scooping it up with my hands. I can mold the fire brick into proper drain, which should allow me to pour out the metal. I should probably make something to catch it, though. Task: craft a foundry drain, foundry tap, and a casting table. The casting basin is optional, but can be used to store and create blocks of metals. Well, it will give us a casting basin and a foundry tap as a reward anyways, so we need 8 fire bricks for that, 7 fire bricks for that, so 15, 3 fire bricks for that, so 18. So I will need... And... Actually, I might need more than that. Or will I? Nope. That wasn't on the performance, that was actually on me. I could probably leave these here, but I'm not going to. I'll leave them in my inventory for now, though. So, actually, I do need... a couple more. Actually, I have another clay ball, right? In here, 2 clay balls. So I only need 1 more dirt. And of course I turned to grass. Okay, so that should be enough now. Okay, let's throw these into here. Throw those away. Well, not away, but into my chest. Okay, and then after that we will be able to do this one. Putting it all together, using this big block of metallurgy, I can use a guide, or I can see a guide on how to make a proper foundry. The liquid heating coils are used as the base, with the walls being made out of fire bricks. Somewhere on the walls I'll make sure to have the controller, the tank, and somewhere to drain the molten metal I plan on making out of the taps onto the table. I should definitely make some casts first with the foundry to mold the molten metal in. Task: construct the foundry multi-block and use it to make casts. The big block of metallurgy has a visualizer to help you build the multi-block foundry tank. Needs to be filled with lava to melt down items placed into the controller. Pour out the molten metal, select it in the controller, and then right click on the foundry. Tap that as above either a casting table or casting basin. It's basically like Tinker's Construct. And it does double the ores as well, so we'll do this, that, and that. And that completes that one. Let's throw these into here. Not into that chest, apparently. Wait, was there something else I had on me that I threw in there? Because I thought I threw these into here before. Maybe not. We'll throw it into that chest. I'm going to build the foundry over here, I think. And I'm actually going to... You know, I'm not too bothered on collecting the dirt. And I fill in. Okay, so... I'll start with a 12 since it doesn't stack. So I'm gonna put the tank, yeah, I'll put the tank in the middle there. Controller I will put here. Do that there. And then the rest of the blocks go around like this. And I can actually build it up more since I have plenty of bricks. So that's the highest I'm going to be able to build this. And then, yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put the casting basin there. I'm going to put the casting table here. Put the foundry taps on either, well, not that one there. Put it like that. And then I will put the rest of these bricks away. Let's put this dirt away as well, since I don't need it. And let's sleep. Okay, so we will need lava. So let me, I think I have a second jar in here somewhere. And how we make lava. I know there's a second jar here somewhere, because I thought I got one as a reward. Not in that chest. Not in this chest. And it's not in this chest. And it's not on me. Is it in my backpack? I forgot I had this backpack as well, so I need to... In fact, let me clear these out. Because this... Yeah, in fact, this is what we gathered from the last... At the end of the last episode. I'm going to put this hammer away as well. I don't really need it now. At least right now. I'm going to smelt the lead first. This is getting full. Get all the gold or iron we have. Okay, so what we need in order to make these casts is we need any sort of ingot, but we need molten cast iron. And one cast iron ingot gives us 90 millibars. And we need 360 millibars, so we need 4 iron ingots for each cast. Or molten cast iron ingots, rather. To make that, it's once again by placing iron ingots on the campfire. Or mixing it with coal in the tempered glass jar, but it's easier just putting it on the campfire. So we'll let those cook. And then we need a ingot of any sort to basically use up to make the ingot cast. And I will need to make a plate as well, because we will need a plate cast. And we need an engineer's hammer. I don't think I have one. Let's throw these in here. I do need to make lava as well, which is why I needed the jar. So 7 tempered glass, cast iron ingot, so I will need to make a couple more. At least one. You know what? I'll just do one more. Tempered glass. We have 1 tempered glass, and that is by cooking regular glass panes. So let's throw these in here. Do I have any regular coal? Oh, probably in here, actually. Yeah. And then we'll throw this other one on here. I will throw these into here. That way they're all set. And let me get some cobblestone, because that is what we use to make lava. And then this is just about done. Perfect. So now I will need to place the jar next to this one. I didn't even start mixing that. Oh well, let's throw that into there. And so this will create lava and it will send it into here. If I didn't, it will basically create a capsule and throw that out. let me make a second bucket. So we'll go over here, throw that in, that will start smelting these. I'm going to take one of the copper ingots from here. In fact, you know what? Yeah, whatever. I don't know what's going on with this. It seems like it goes up and then it will stop. I don't know if it shouldn't be because I'm out of it. There should be plenty of lava in here for this to work. So I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, we're just having all kinds of issues right now. And I'll grab one more bucket of lava, throw that into here. So that's all full. Yeah, no idea what's going on with that. Throw these back into here. Let's throw the lead and iron back into here. I think it just started working on those. Oh well. So anyways, next is to get obsidian. With a tempered glass jar, I can easily heat up enough cobblestone to create lava. You know what having lava means? Obsidian. I should probably make another jar to cool the two liquids down in. Obsidian is a key to lava dimension. I'll just need to figure out how to use it. Task: create lava in the tempered glass jar, then craft obsidian using another jar with water. It's actually in the same jar, so basically I put water in this jar here. I should probably get a chest to put this next to, so the obsidian can go into there. And then once that's done, I'll start mixing that. I'll throw these back in here. So we do mix. I'm going to throw this tempered glass pane into here. Don't need that on me. Oh, I put the obsidian in there. Of course it did. Because it wouldn't just go into this chest, it would go into the next, the other jar. Because why not? Because that makes too much sense. See, I don't think... Like, when it does go into this other jar, it's not going to do anything with it because there's no recipes for it. So... how much obsidian do we need? Was it just one? Yeah, it was just one. And it'll give us 1 to 3 obsidian. So once I take this out, we'll have 4. Let me sleep. See how much it gives us. That gave us 1. That's fine. And then we have Soul Protection Gearing Up, which we're at 50% already on, and Tales of Endless Lava. So let's do Soul Protection first. To reach the lava dimension, I need to find something to protect my soul for safe passage through the portal. Creating the portal is the easy part. It's the not losing your soul part that gets people. Surely one of these floating structures has something I can use. Task: find and gather a soul lantern from one of the large structures. And I think there's one that's not too far from us that will get one. And it will give us XP plus a soul lantern charm. So yeah. Gearing up, the journey to the lava dimension is incredibly dangerous. I should take as much time as I need to make some of the strongest gear I can before I take the portal. Make an enchanting table and enchant some gear. Note, the nether is really dangerous, smiley face. And we do need to make an enchanting table. But luckily, we made just enough obsidian to where we have enough to make an enchanting table. We do have 1 diamond. So I will need to get more diamonds, though. So I'm going to throw the obsidian into here then, for now. And then over here, Tales of Endless Lava, preparing for a journey. I've heard Tales of the lava dimension before. They speak of an endless lava lake, kind of like the water this planet seems to have. Before I can even think about going in there, I'll need to make sure I'm prepared for that journey. I'll need a boat that can withstand lava. Task is to craft an obsidian boat. And we need 5 obsidian, and guess what? We actually have 5 obsidian that I just put away, so let me do that. And yeah, there's actually an achievement you get. I'm not going to do it over here because I will lose the boat. And you'll see why. Whatever sinks your boat. So yeah, it sinks. So I was not going to get it back if I put it over the side there. In fact, I know Captain Sparkles, when I was watching him and Zine play this mod pack, he did that, and it just, he immediately lost it, basically. Or at least the, yeah, the, I don't know why I'm blanking. The boat. Yeah. Anyways, what we're gonna do is I'm going to take these pipes and I'm gonna link it up to there. Let's disable that one. Okay, I need to take something out of here. Now, let's take the iron chunks out. And we should be getting more. In fact, there was another one that looked like we got already for iron chunk, or gold, or diamond chunks rather, which we need. I'm going to throw this back in here. And so yeah, we get 2 to 4 more obsidian from completing this one. How much do we get? 4. Perfect. That's exactly what we need for the, do we have a book? for the enchanting table. In fact, let me grab this diamond. I don't think we have a book. Might as well keep this on me. Okay. And we have enough diamond chunks to make another diamond. I'm gonna have to take that out so we can get the... Okay. Let's take these out, throw this in here. Okay. We have ourselves an enchanting table now. That will give us 5 bookshelves, an experience holder, which is very handy, and then more experience, of course. So, you know what, let's put it over here, I think. And this is just a regular vanilla enchanting table. So what I'm going to do here now is... There. So I want to see something. So if I set this to ignored, yeah, here we go. So as soon as I walk near this, it will automatically drain my experience into the experience holder. And then if I want to, I can get it if I'm a little bit further away. Or I can set the, set this to redstone input for me to do it. But yeah, anyways, so we do need to go searching to get the soul lantern. Let's see how this is faring. It is still struggling. I don't know why. Let's try a single ingot. Okay, that worked. Let's try 2 now. We're gonna step it up. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with it before, but it's working now, so very odd. And there is the casting, or the ingot cast. I'm gonna throw a chest over here so I can throw the casts into. And let's eat. Okay, so now I need let's get the copper ingot smelting. So now I need an engineer's hammer. I don't think I have one. I think the only hammers I have are the netherite hammers. So yeah. So engineer hammer. Iron, string, and 2 stick. Or 2 iron, a string, and 2 sticks. So that's easy enough. A string. Do we have any extra string? Or do I have to do some shearing? I think I have to do some shearing. Actually, no, there's a string right here. Good. Bowl. Okay. Perfect. Hammer! Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I should probably do that with these, too. Throw those in there. Okay, so let's see. How do I do this again? Oh, yeah, I think it's just like this. Is it? I thought it was the engineer's hammer I needed. Let's see. Go back to the quest book. Yeah, engineer's hammer. Oh, maybe it has to be gold. Yeah, it has to be gold. Okay. Oop. That rotates that when I do that. Throw the gold in. Let's take the copper out for the moment. That way we can let the gold do its thing. Okay, and then there we go. Okay. We throw this into here. We already have the stuff in here that we use the gold plate up. But we now have this. So now what I can do is I can take the iron clusters. I can throw them into here. And you can see with this size smelter, it does quite a bit. And that's 8 blocks already. So I may need to make a second casting basin to help speed this up. In fact, let's let's do that. Let's make another casting basin. So... Actually, yeah. Actually, no, it's not that. It's dirt that I need. Might as well grab this clay ball out already. Grab these. Okay, so let's throw the clay balls back into here, throw that back into there, throw this into the furnace, and let's throw the rest of the iron clusters into here, and we're basically out of lava, so... I don't think it's going to get any more out. No. So it's going to leave that at the full, so when I do put lava in it, it will finish those off. Throw that into there. Put the last brick into here. We now have a second casting basin. Actually, let me do this. Got 7 of those now, so eventually I can make this a little bit taller. There, now we can really get the iron going. Anyways, we'll keep that going into there, and I think I'll put the gold, or the copper, into here as well when the gold is done. Anyways, we get a redstone clock now, and a hopper as rewards for this. And our next goal here is a new type of smelter. Now that I have cast to make ingots, I can use the foundry to make new alloys. I'll admit I'm not much of a metal worker. Task: use the foundry to craft new alloys needed for basic electronic components. So we need to make an electrum ingot, which is comprised of gold and silver. It makes basically, so yeah, remember that 90 millibars is 1 ingot. So with it being a 1-to-1 ratio, we'll get 2 electrum ingots from the gold and silver. So let's take the silver. We'll make 1 chunk. No, we'll take this one. No sense to have that in there when we're just going to be smelting it down right away anyways. I will probably want to make sure that we don't have any iron in here, because I don't know if these will alloy with iron. Fluid alloying. Okay, silver won't alloy on or with iron at all. Gold, on the other hand, also will not alloy with iron. So I should be all set to throw these in here then. So those are down here at the bottom. Well, not the bottom, but down there. And so then let's take a look at the Invar ingot. And that is with 2 iron to 1 nickel. The nickel, I don't think alloys with either the gold or... No. Okay, so yeah, I can make nickel. We'll throw that in there. And let's... Okay, let's get some lava. Take this out. I'm glad I didn't take it out just before that last one got done. Not like it would have mattered. But anyways, let me throw the hopper and clock away. Redstone clock away. Okay, so... There's 1 bucket of lava. Let's get the iron from here. Get those going again. Once I get this bucket of lava, I will put both buckets in at the same time. And then I think once we complete this task, we will end the episode. Oops. So how much iron? 16 blocks. So yeah, we've got 4 ingots of electrum, 6 Invar ingots, yeah, and it is nighttime, so we do need to sleep. I'll throw the rest of the lava in here in a moment. Or these 2 buckets anyways. 14 blocks of iron remaining. Let me at least pour that one. I'm gonna switch this out to the table. Get the ingots. And we're gonna switch it so we got the electrum. So we're gonna do that. Okay, we can grab the iron block. We'll put the Invar at the bottom now so we can get that out. Okay, and then the rest of the stuff in the smelter here is just iron. We've got 12 blocks remaining. So we will set those to go like that. Let's throw this into here. I don't think I need the engineer's hammer on me. I'm gonna move this song down. Throw the engineer's hammer in this chest. I must have grabbed the hoe out of one of these chests on accident, so I don't really need that. And I just took those out too. Okay, so... got 4 buckets of lava in there. We'll throw the rest of the copper into here. And let's go down to here, new type of smelter. And with that we get 25 XP and a common loot crate, which gives us a ruby ring. So so it gives us more max or more health. You know what? Yeah, let's put that on. Oh, it's just a half a heart extra that it gives us. Okay, well, I mean, I think you can basically upgrade these to make them so they're stronger. So their effects are stronger, basically. So we could get a ton more hearts. And they did say +1 health when worn. But that's fine. So anyways, even with the lag, we did get quite a bit done. We got the rest of these done. We got that finished. We got these done, so we need to get the soul lantern. Focus more on the early storage. We'll do that later on. Passive mobs, playing with goo, the whispers from the deep, mob farm, and then basically passage through the portal, which brings us into the steaming ahead section of the quest line. So we are getting pretty close to being done with the getting started quest line. And like I said, even despite the problems we were having with performance issues, we managed through and got ourselves a few more quests done. But anyways, that is just about going to do it for this video though, so hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a thumbs up, and of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!